welcome along and welcome back to This Is Ireland. We are heading down, it's the first day of winter, and we are heading down to the cows, or the cow area, because we don't have any cows yet. But what we are going to do today is we are going to be getting the cows set up. We want to move them in by the end of winter, ready for spring. But in order to do that, we're going to have to do a few things. We're going to have to transport some straw bales up here. We're going to have to transport a few of our hay bales up here. But what we really need up here is some silage. Now, by a quirk of seasons, we are in the first day of winter, but we can actually still cut grass. I'm going to show you here, the grass is still fully grown and will be for a couple of days. Now, of course, we're not going to cut the grass here. What I'm trying to do is I've come up to the cow yard here because we need to pick where we're going to put a silage clamp, basically. Now, there's a bit of space here, which would be a good point. Obviously, we want to probably keep this area clear here. But yeah, there's certainly some space here. These sheds I kind of want to keep clear. We're going to be putting stuff into here. So there's not a huge amount of space around here. The biggest space is down the side here. There is space in the field. So let's go and have a look at this. And I have grabbed a few silage clamps. Now, I don't know if they're under silos, which, yeah, thankfully they are. So we've got these RB Modding Industry silos, which obviously we can't drive through. Or we've got these ones, which are the Lizard Bunker silos. Now, we don't want anything too huge. I'm actually going to go for probably the Bunker Silo Medium and have a look at this. And you can see it would actually fit in here quite nicely. Now, if we put this in the field, because we do own this farm area over here as well. So we could actually put a couple of bunkers in here. So let's go and have a look at this farm area, because that is a second farmyard. We actually do own it. If I bring up the map, bring up what we own. We own everything up to that area down here. So let's go and have a look at that and see what we have down there and see where available space is. I think we actually have space in that yard for us to build ourselves a bunker. So we're down in the other yard, and as you can see, yeah, this is where, looking at where I am and where I've ended up here, there's quite a lot of space here. I think this is where, I mean, especially here, this is where the bunker was, I think, that we sold by mistake when we originally set this map up. And it's not got a direct link into that field, unfortunately, but I think this is going to be our best spot to place one. It's not inside the field and should work really well. So let's go back to these bunker silos. And I do want to get one that you can drive through. And I'm going to use a modded one, and we could use the standard ones. But I think that it'd be a really good choice to use one of these. Or even a couple of these. Now, the large one is large. Is absolutely huge. We're not going to get enough to do off that. And you can see when you turn it, it doesn't fit in this yard all that well. So if we get the medium and we turn the medium, we can get this. And it's a pity with bunker silos. What you can't do is actually turn them in such a way to do a specific angle. You have, yeah, the rotate is only this. There's no small rotation you can do on it. So I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to try and place this in here in such a way that it's not in the way of our shed. But it is, we are able to still try and drive equipment through it. Ideally, it's sort of it's probably this kind of way here that we'd want to do it, with that right on the edge of that there. It's annoying. This is the annoying thing. I don't quite know why they're like that. And then alternatively, we could do this. And this one we can turn, and we can be very much more specific with. So I think if we grab two of the small ones then and put these in here. Now we want to lower them down as much as possible. We want to get these Is it better to put them in here like this, maybe? No, there's not enough space there to get that. So the drive-through ones, we can't actually position as we want. These ones here, we can. So I am going to position these ones. The bunker silo closed middle, or the medium-sized one, I think we can use this. I think this is the best way for us to go. There's not any space really down the side there to put this. So let's do that. Let's get this in here. We'll get it right up to the edge of this. I'm going to lower it down so that it's so that we're not raising any ground or anything. So right down into the ground. In fact, let's raise it up ever so slightly. Just get it about right. Cost is going to be 31,000. That is absolutely fine. And drop it in. There we go. Now, we can't fit a second one in here, but that's all right at the moment. So my plan is to get a play course going that allows us to get our tractors to drop off here. And I'm liking where this is. It's raised up the ground here, but with the rest of this yard, it's nice and flat. So that is going to be perfect for us. Let's just sort out the actual ground itself. So we want to switch this over, and I want to change it, to this. Right, so match it in with the rest of the yard here, like that, right up to the edge of it. And we want to see if we can make that a bit smaller, and just bring that up to there. Ditto here, and we might try and smooth this out a little bit at this end, because it does look a little bit odd with that house now having a raised bit. So let's increase the size of this, do that, and we want to smooth it. So that's the middle mouse button, and just smooth this down so that doesn't look quite as odd as it did. Right, that's absolutely perfect. So what we're going to need to do, if we're going to get our cows and we're going to fill this bunker, we're going to need something to put in it. And the best way for us to do that, as I was suggesting earlier, and we'll get this out of the way and get this back to the yard, is for us to get doing some silage. So we're going to be doing winter silage today, something that is that little bit unrealistic, but Seasons does let us do for this Let's Play. So yeah, we're going to take full advantage of that. This winter day and next winter day, it's on to the silage. We're back down at the yard now, and we're going to go and get the first two bits of equipment we need to get this going. Of course, the first thing we need... Oh, let's turn the lights off on our landing. We don't want to be... don't want to come back and find our battery flat. Is, of course, our class 850 Jaguar here. Fantastic mod this, although over the weekend... I did get a chance to have a play with some of the stuff coming in the class DLC. Really beautiful stuff. And actually, this mod is not bad at all. But I kind of fell in love with the stuff coming from the class DLC. Very much looking forward to the arrival of that. Let's see if we can connect this up. There we go. Connect up the correct disk. Do we have a connection on that? I think we do. Will it start up? No, unfold the pipe. Yep, it will be. Fantastic. So let's put the pipe back in. So pipe back in. Lift up our header, because we don't want to scrape that along the ground, and get this up to the field. And hopefully, we've also, so we've also got, and you can see it around the corner there, our Massey is set up with a trailer. So let's get that following. I don't know how the follow me is set up actually at the moment. But yeah, we'll start off with the Massey. Get that following behind. Oh, we need to connect the trailer back up. There we go. And get this following our harvester out to the field. Get it set up and get a run going. Okay, so we're up at the field. What I'm going to do is we're going to go shift and set that to 4 meters to the side. We're going to bring it up in front. We'll bring it up beside us. Now, is that far enough out? I think it might be. We'll fold out the pipe on our harvester, put down the front. We've got a little bit of strobing going. That follow me does do that from time to time. Let's start it up and get it going, and hopefully the tractor will follow along beside us. I'm not too worried about losing a bit, and this is the trouble though with doing this at winter. Here comes the tractor. There we go. So we do need to push the tractor out slightly. 5 metre offset should do it though, and we'll push it 0.5 ahead, and that should put it in a position that is really good. There is no way, unfortunately, that I can stop that strobing effect, which is really annoying. I don't quite know why Follow Me does it. If anybody does know a way to stop it, that would be fantastic. I mean, if I turn the lights off, it actually stops. It's the trouble with winter is, and with the hired workers, is that what you get is it's quite a dark time of year, and as a result, you end up getting a whole load of stuff happening with hired workers and stuff that you wouldn't normally get at other times of year. And with Follow Me, it is that strobing effect that happens really only when you're using the lights. So yeah, hopefully we can get by without that causing too much problem now that the day has started. We've gone once around the field and we are now at 80% on how full our trailer is. Is working really well. I'm not sure. I don't think we ended up actually fertilizing this field after the last time we did silage on it, but it has worked really well as it did last time. So the plan is to use this tractor now to sort of set up our courseplay course. We're going to do something very similar to what we did last time. We're going to set a point to go out on the field and a point to come back in. We're going to set a waypoint halfway through so that we have somewhere where our tractors will stop, where we'll be able to go and empty them, and hopefully that means we're going to be able to keep the harvester running as long as we can. But it's it's quite a lot of work. So 100% on our tractor. So we will stop the Follow Me on that. We'll leave our harvester here, and we'll go and get this carted and get ourselves a courseplay course going, so that we can work at this. And yeah, I will pick up. We're going to start it at this corner here actually, and I'll show you our middle waypoint, and then where we're going to end up. So yeah, let's get to it and open that up. Start our course recording. So that we can come out this corner and head over to our cows, and it should be a fairly easy thing to do. So yeah, I will see you up at the cow yard and show you where we're going to put the waypoint in. So coming up to our point now, or we're coming up to our extra sort of farmyard for our cow farm. We're going to bring this in here, and what I would do is I'm going to just drive this over here. And we're going to put a waypoint that parks our tractor just here. So whenever we do a carting and we get to here, we put the waypoint in here. We're then going to pause this here and come over here. And we discovered last time that we had this, that we could do this, get this tipped, and then we can do another. We can restart it from just in front of here. So we're going to back this up. I might smooth that out a little bit because that is acting up. But in general, this is pretty good and is working pretty well. So I want to tip this here, if it will let me. Nope. Right, we'll tip this here then. There we go. We'll back it up as much as possible, and we can sort this out with our Massey Ferguson telehandler as we did last time, and get this done here. But the other thing you might have noticed as we were backing up was the fact that we didn't lose any as we did last time. So last time we lost a load of stuff. I don't know whether it was to compaction or what it was to that. We are running this on 5 times, and I'm wondering if that's what it is, because we're running it slightly differently. Okay, so we've now finished. We've tipped that. We want to send our tractor off, so we undo the pause, and away we go. Now that will have a parking spot there. That was something we found out last time when we went and paused our stuff, drove around, got it round, and then set our continuation point. Was that actually it does put that pause point there, so I'm not worried about that this time. That should all be good, and yeah, and now we just drive back and set our endpoint. And here we are. So I'm setting it to end at the entrance to the field here, nicely out of the way. Not somewhere that is going to cause us a problem. So the next thing we're going to do is save this as F23 silage cows. Perfect. Save that. Right, we want to set this up so it is unloading from a harvester. So grain transport load at start. Silage. No, that's what we want, I think. Yeah, empty combine. Select our combine, which is the 850, and drive course. So what we'll do is we'll fill this up again. We're gonna let this go over and line up with the 850. But yeah, we're gonna set this up again, get this going, and once we've got this going, what we'll be able to do is got ourselves set the Massey Ferguson heading off, and then from there we will then go and get our class tractor and get that running as well. So let's get this out of the way. Yeah, that wants to turn around. I think it's going the wrong side of the harvester. It is. Or not. It may hit a tree. I'm hoping it's not going to. No, it has managed to avoid it. So let's put that down, start it up, and actually away we go. Absolutely perfect. Really pleased with that. So let's get another trailer full. Once we've sorted that out, we can go and get our class tractor and get that running doing this. Trailer is 80% full now, so once it hits 100, it's going to head off. We will go and grab our class tractor, as I mentioned before, and we're going to go and grab the red Brohan trailer for that, and we're basically going to set it on the same route. We're basically going to set it to go and find this harvester and do this harvester, and hopefully by the time we've got that set up and got this set up back on this harvester, the Massey Ferguson tractor here, that will hopefully have got to our parking point, and we can get the next load tipped on here, which will be another 30,000 litres of silage, which is going to be brilliant, absolutely wonderful for the amount of silage we're going to need for cows. We've got 76,000 left money-wise. We will be able to borrow some money for cows though, I think, and we're probably going to do milk. I've been doing beef cows elsewhere, so yeah, I think we're probably going to do milk cows here. 99%, that's 100%. There we go. So our tractor has headed off. What we're going to do is go across to this one and go and hook this up to a trailer. And again, we're gonna get this to have the same bit. Now, why did course plate has not come up on this tractor? I don't know why. There we go. Because I've switched it. Right, I'm going to put it onto the right mouse button because that makes more sense for me. And let's go and hook it up to the trailer. And yeah, I also want to F23 silage cows. Let's load that course in. hook up our trailer and that. Now, of course, this is sort of the massy red trailer we got before, so we're mixing our tractors and our trailers up a little bit. But yeah, we've got this. Let's get it up to the field. Here we go, back to the field with the class. And what I want to do is select the mode I want, which of course is combine or harvester. Select my harvester, which is the 850, and drive course. Hopefully, yeah, that has figured out to drive behind combine. So we'll start this back up. And if that keeps going in circles, nope, we're all good. Turn on our mower, and away we go. Perfect. So this is now running fine. Now let's have a look at where our tractor is. It should be getting to our point. So that has stopped. What we're going to do is tab over. There we are. So that stopped. We stopped this driver. And this is the beauty of this. We'll change this to nearest waypoint. Back this up. And we know our next waypoint is at the edge of this here. So back this up, tip this out, and then send it off back to the field. And then we are minimum downtime for our harvester. We just know that we can tip this here, get this into our silage clamp, and we'll be absolutely in a position where, while this is heading back, we're still harvesting. And there we go, emptied out, nearest waypoint, drive it straight up here, drive course, and away it goes back to the field. Perfect. Now we want to head back to our harvester here, start it up, start our full crop header off again, and away we go. So we're not wasting the time that the tractor is driving back and forth to the field. And we keep things just going as smoothly as possible. And we are again, of course, using the whole crop header. I'm very aware this is a whole crop header. It's just, for me, this is the most efficient way for me to do this single player. Yeah, that is why we're using the whole crop header for this job. And our Massey is back, and even with those interruptions, we still have 38-40% in our trailer, which is absolutely brilliant. Now, is this tractor going to turn? Let's see if we can get this round. Yeah, there we go. Right, let's get this filled, and it can go and tip, and we'll see the Massey come and take over. Our trailer on the class is now 91% full. I'm going to try and see if I can make this corner a little less horrible. Yeah, we can cut into it a bit. That should stop it. But yeah, as soon as this class now is finished and full, which is not far from, I'm expecting the Massey, which you can see hovering behind, following us around the field. I'm fully expecting that to come and take over. In fact, 99%. We're missing a little bit of grass here. And there we go. So that's off, and that will head off the field now. And the Massey comes up. And we don't miss a beat. We are now minimal downtime for doing this. And we know going forward in future, when it comes to springtime and when we go to do this again, we now have a choice of either going to the BGA, where we have a load of silage for us to sell, or we know we can go and do it in the cow yard and the cow farm. as well. And we've got a whole load of storage space up there now, so we know that we can go and put this harvester up at that farm, and we can go and put equipment that's specific to doing this kind of work can go up at that farm, and we know we have a ton of storage space for things like bales as well. So that's just, you know, we have a really nice expansion here, and I'm looking forward to get it into it. Now you can really see how this setup is coming into its own. We have 70% of this trailer full, and our class tractor has just arrived back at the field. It makes a massive difference. We are getting nearly an entire another trailer load and saving the time doing it, just by having Courseplay run in this way, with us doing the manual unload and going through that in the middle. So it takes all of the stuff that Courseplay has trouble with, especially with a closed silo like that, and just makes it so much easier. To do that little bit of unloading yourself, you're only paused for a moment in your harvest, but you are still able to get your trailers full and your fields done pretty well. So yeah, I'm loving this. This is working really well, and I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. So yeah, by the time we get this emptied, or by the time we get this trailer full, we should find that the class has caught up with us around the field, which it appears to have. We're 90% in this trailer. We've got about half the field done at this point, which is fantastic news. And yeah, we're going to send the Massey off again and get the class to come in behind. And there goes the Massey, actually perfectly on that corner, really. Class will come up behind, we'll wait for our pipe to find its trailer, and away we go. And we're just continually keeping up with the silage. So at this point, I think this is our last load that we're tipping in here. Well, at the moment, we think we've got one more load on the field, or we're going to have pretty much a trailer full on the field. I do want to give some of that to the sheep. The sheep, let's get this tipping. If we look at our sheep have no food at all. So I want to, while I've got the grass, while I'm doing work with grass here, I think we want to go and tip some of that in the sheep pen. So that's where we're gonna finish off. Is we're gonna get some of this tipped in with the sheep, give them some good food to go away with, and keep going with, because they're going to be producing a whole load of wool after after winter. Where we want them to be really good wool producers over the winter, so that we get a massive amount of wool in the spring. So let's head back over to here, and you can see we don't have a massive amount of field left. So I think we might actually fit the rest of this in this trailer. We'll give it a go. We'll see how we do, and yeah, if there's another trailer full to go down to our cows and for the silage for our cows, great. I don't think we're going to need a lot for the sheep, so we'll see how we go. So we're onto this tiny little parcel, this tiny little bit that I sort of cut out separately to the rest. We are at 93% on this trailer. There is a distinct possibility that that we'll fill another trailer here, which is great. What I'm very tempted to do, I think we can stop the class tractor following us around pretty much. But rather than this go off and tip this, what I think I might do is see how full we get. We're at 97%. It might hit the 100% before we finish this. If it does, I'm going to stop it. I'm going to get it to gonna go and tip some with the sheep, and then do it. But to be honest, we are at 98%. It is ridiculously close to 100% on this. So let's get this last little bit I don't think this is going to be the 2% that we're expecting. The class tractor really does not want me to finish this. So let's switch over to that. I'm going to stop that driver and just back this off, because this is not of any use anymore. There we go. And turn that off. Jump back in our harvester. Just get this last little bit to complete this. And there we go. So 99% in that trailer. I'm going to put that in. I'm going to turn this off. And we'll leave the class harvester here for now, because we're going to take this down to our sheep. Give them some grass. And yeah, that's brilliant. What we'll do is I will get this last trailer. Once we tip this with the sheep, I'll go and get this last trailer tipped off camera, because yeah, might as well. And next time we'll have a look. We're going to move to the next game day, because it's in winter and I don't want to hang around in winter too long. But next time we'll go and sort this out. We're going to go and have a go with silage overall, and we're going to get this, go and get our silage done that we've been doing this game day. We're going to get that compacted, and yeah, hopefully we're going to have a decent number, decent amount of silage. We tipped several full trailers. I think we've got at least 200,000 litres, if not more, and that's just fantastic news. That is going to keep our cows going for a long while, especially once we get them doing with mixed ration. And also when we get them doing with some of the straw bales we've got, sorry, hay bales we've got here. We've got a lot of hay bales in that shed, so we're going to transport a whole load of those up to our cow area as well, and that will keep our cows fed. But first, let's tip some of this grass in with our sheep and make them very happy. Something else I'm going to do is I'm going to move that. Well, this is tipping. Let's get this tipping. Yeah, that's putting some in there. I want to move this. So these are the standpipes. This is the enhanced animal mod. These can be moved manually, so I'm going to move those. There we go. We've got that full of grass. That has taken 26. Yeah, 26%. So that's good. I think this is where we're going to leave it though. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and live streams from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.